Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt that deep, familiar ache in your knees? Not sharp enough to scream, but strong enough to make you hesitate. Going upstairs feels like a chore. Getting off the ground? Almost impossible without grabbing onto something. And little by little, your legs stop feeling like they belong to you. I've been there. I used to think building strong legs after 50 just wasn't realistic anymore, especially with knee pain that wouldn't quit. Every time I tried to do a lunge or squat, I felt worse, so I gave up. For a while. But the truth is, giving up made it worse. My legs got weaker, my balance faded, and I started to feel fragile. That's when I knew I had to find another way. In this video, I'll share 3 gentle, knee-safe exercises that help me rebuild strength, stability, and confidence without aggravating my joints. You won't need a gym, fancy gear, or even more than a few feet of space. These moves are specifically designed for people over 50 who want to regain control of their body without putting pressure on sensitive knees. And trust me, exercise number 3? That's the one that gave me back my balance and made stairs feel effortless again. If you only have time for one, start there. Let's get into it. Exercise 1. Glute bridge. For the longest time, I assumed my knees were the problem. They cracked, ached, and complained every time I tried to stand, walk, or climb stairs. I stretched more, rested more, even stopped doing anything that made them flare up, but nothing seemed to help. Then a physical therapist said something that changed everything. Your knees aren't weak, your glutes are asleep. That's when I discovered the glute bridge, a simple floor exercise that doesn't just strengthen your backside, it protects your knees, spine, and hips all at once. Here's how to do it. Lie on your back on a comfortable surface like a yoga mat. Bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Your arms rest at your sides, palms down. Now brace your core, squeeze your glutes, and slowly lift your hips toward the ceiling. Don't push with your lower back. Focus on driving through your heels and activating your glutes. Hold the top position for 2 seconds, then lower slowly. That's 1 rep. Start with 2 sets of 10-12 reps, building up to 3 sets as you get stronger. Common mistake: arching the lower back or rushing the movement. If you feel tension in your lower back or hamstrings instead of your glutes, reset. Move slower. Focus on the squeeze at the top. You can even place a folded towel between your knees to keep your alignment in check. After a week of adding glute bridges to my routine, my knees started feeling more supported. I didn't expect that. But with stronger glutes, every step became more stable. I stood up from chairs more easily, and for the first time in years, my knees weren't doing all the work. Sometimes the fix isn't where the pain is. It starts in the muscles that quietly gave up years ago, until you wake them up again. Exercise 2. Wall sit. I remember the first time I tried a wall sit. I barely lasted 15 seconds. My thighs burned, my knees trembled, and my mind instantly said, "You're too old for this." But here's the thing. I wasn't too old. I was just too weak. And that weakness? It wasn't because I hadn't been training. It was because I had been avoiding anything that made my knees feel unstable. But avoiding movement only made the muscles around my knees weaker. That's why the wall sit, done right and gently, is such a powerful tool. It strengthens your quads, hamstrings, and glutes without requiring any joint impact. It builds endurance, teaches your body how to stabilize again, and reminds your legs what they're capable of. Here's how to do the gentle variation. Stand with your back flat against a wall, feet about 2 feet away from it and shoulder width apart. Slowly slide your back down the wall until your thighs are at a comfortable angle. Not parallel to the floor, just a partial bend that feels stable. Your knees should be directly above your ankles, not pushed forward. Hold this position for 20-30 seconds, breathing deeply. As you get stronger, aim for up to 45 seconds or even a full minute. Common mistake, going too low too fast. That puts unnecessary pressure on the knees. Start high, focus on form, and increase depth over time. If needed, place a stability ball or a cushion behind your back for support, or start with shorter holds and gradually build up. What surprised me most was how quickly this one exercise carried over into everyday life. Standing up from low chairs felt easier. My legs stopped trembling on stairs. I could feel strength coming back, not in a flashy way, but in the quiet, reliable kind of way that matters most. You don't have to move fast. You just have to hold your ground and let your legs remember what strength feels like. Exercise 3. Step back lunge. There was a time when I couldn't step backward without wobbling. My knees didn't hurt all the time, but they felt fragile, like one wrong move could send me down. And that fear, it kept me from moving. What I didn't realize back then was that balance is a muscle. And like any muscle, it gets weaker when you avoid using it. That's when I learned about the step back lunge, but with a twist. I didn't start the fitness model version you see online. I started with support, control, and a focus on safety, not speed. Here's how to do the assisted step back lunge. Stand near a wall, countertop, or sturdy chair. Place one hand lightly on the surface for support. Begin by standing tall with feet hip-width apart. Step your right foot slowly backward about 2 feet. As you step, lower your body slightly, just a few inches, keeping your front knee over your ankle and your back heel lifted. Then push through your front heel to return to the starting position. That's 1 rep. Start with 8 to 10 reps per leg and repeat for 2-3 sets. Important, don't go too deep at first. Focus on control, not depth, and keep your torso upright. No leaning forward or letting the front knee drift inward. This variation does 2 powerful things. It teaches your legs to stabilize independently, and it strengthens the muscles around your knees without stressing the joint directly. If even this feels too much, shorten the step or remove the dip entirely. Just stepping back and forward with control is a great starting point. After a week of doing this, I noticed something I hadn't felt in years. Confidence. I could move in any direction without hesitation. I wasn't afraid of losing my balance anymore. Sometimes strength isn't about lifting heavy. It's about retraining your body to trust itself again. One careful step at a time. It's easy to believe your best days are behind you when every movement feels like a reminder of what you've lost. Strength, stability, confidence. But what if I told you that feeling isn't the end? It's a signal, a call to rebuild. These 3 simple exercises, glute bridges, wall sits, and assisted step-back lunges, don't look impressive. There's no flashing lights or fancy equipment, just your body. But they target exactly what aging steals first: lower body strength, balance, and joint control. When I committed to doing them daily, even for just 10 minutes, I noticed the change fast. I walked taller. Stairs felt easier. My knees didn't ache after a long day. But more than that, I felt capable again. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to go deep, fast, or hard. You just need to start. Start small. Start gently. But start. So here's my challenge to you. Do these 3 exercises every day for the next 7 days. Just 1 round. No pressure, no expectations. Track how your legs feel. Notice your posture. Notice how you carry yourself. Because the truth is, it's not about age. It's about momentum. You're not broken. You're just out of practice. And practice, my friend, starts now. It's tempting to accept weakness and joint pain as part of getting older. But what I've learned is this: your body hasn't given up. It's just waiting for you to show up. These 3 exercises, glute bridges, wall sits, and assisted step-back lunges, may seem simple, but they target exactly what time steals first: lower body strength, balance, and stability. And when those return, so does your confidence. I started with just 10 minutes a day. No gym, no fancy gear. just consistency. Within a week, I felt more steady on my feet. Stairs weren't a struggle. My legs felt like mine again. So here's my challenge to you. Commit to these 3 exercises every day for the next 7 days. Start small, move slow. Focus on form, and just notice how your body responds. If this video helped you, don't forget to subscribe. We're building a space where people over 50 take their strength back, one step at a time. And when you're ready for more, click the next video on your screen. I'll walk you through a simple daily mobility routine to loosen stiff joints and restore ease of movement. Leave a comment. Tell me your name, your age, and where you're watching from. I'd love to hear your story. You're not too old. You're not too far gone. You're just getting started. God bless you, my friend. See you in the next one.